ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्यासम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्टुवांसस्तनूभिः यशेम देवहितं यदायुः। स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्वदेवाः स्वस्ति नस्ताक्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमि स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्ददातु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. So as you all know, six students approaches Piplada Muni, the Guru, and spent an year of Brahmacharya in his ashram, after which he, having observed the students, he calls one by one and asks them to ask their questions in their mind. And we saw that till now the 4 questions were asked, and their four students were given the opportunity to ask the questions, and they have been answered. In the last question, there was the statement where the Sushupti Avastha, it is not the Sushupti Avastha which was referred to, the Sushupti itself, as the ultimate or Brahman, because Sampratishtam Pratishtante. So that is the word which was used, that Sampratishtante means merges with the Brahman or the Atma inside our experiences. Now here, the last mantra which the Piplada Muni said was Vijnanatma saha deva ischaiva sarvai prana bhutani sampradishtanti yatra tad aksharam vedayate yastu soumya sa sarvajnaha sarvameva yashishet. So he explained that person who knows vedayate, tad aksharam vedayate yaha, one who knows that aksharam in the state of deep sleep, where the egolessness is the most important thing. As the ego, individualized aspect, is not there in our deep sleep, we do not have our mind or intellect or our sense organs of any type, either perception or action. So mano, buddhi and all what remains is prana. That prana is also not for the person who is experiencing deep sleep, but for the people who are looking at him as outsiders. Here in the Bhashya, Shankara Bhashya, Shankaracharya has never mentioned anything about the avidya of the deep sleep. He has very clearly mentioned that tad aksharam vedayate yaha. So, where the prana bhutani sampradishtante. So once the prana and bhutas have sampradishta, have merged, means for the experiencer of the deep sleep, there is no prana. But what happened is the subsequent commentators from Anandagiri or the Vivarana or the Parinamasam and Bhamati, all of them have taken that this state of Sushupti is with avidya. So one who knows avidya separate from the Atma, he is the one, yad aksharam vedayate, is what they are telling, whereas Shankaracharya is saying that one who knows the Atma in the deep sleep as his personal experience, for him there is no what you call doubt. Sa sarvajnaha. He becomes the sarvajna. Because there is nothing other than that. All the world of waking and dream and your own organs like sense organs, actions, the mind, intellect and the ego all have gone to for such a person. So he is alone, and when he is alone, he has to be himself. Therefore, Shankaracharya says that he is the one who is in Shantam. The previous mantra, 10th mantra mentioned about it. That where is that Shantam, Shubram, Lohidam, no? That Chaya, Ashariram, Alohidam, Shubram, Aksharam. So all these definitions, what is the Upanishad is mentioning is to indicate that our true nature, we are knowing it in our deep sleep. Here knowing and being are separate, not separate, but one and the same. We know it by becoming our Atma, or we are Atma itself, or our Swarupa is what we achieve by in our deep sleep. But this is very difficult for anybody to cognize, because the three states are haunting a person with the ego, saying that I am the one who is going through waking, dream and deep sleep. He is refusing to leave his ego when he wakes up, saying that I had a good sleep, I knew nothing. That is because of his ego. So this pratyabhijna, or the memory of the deep sleep, he is again adding to his ego and saying that as a state where he knew nothing, not even prana. But he is not knowing. When you are not knowing anything, you are knowing you are there. Your own existence, you cannot deny it. So you knew you are who you are, but you are refuting that when you wake up, saying that I knew nothing, I had a good sleep. This is where Shankaracharya is differing from the others when the Upanishad is being explained in his commentary. So naturally, the question which is for the fifth student who approached Viplada is, even though it is Upasana based, but it is a fallout of this question, where the individual Katam Vava Saha Tena Lokam Jayati iti Tasmai Vaja. This lokam means this creation. Katam Vava Jayati. How do such a person win or survive or go above or go across? So he starts with the question, Atahainam Shaibhyaha Satyakamaha Prapacha. So Shaibhya's grandson Satyakama asked the question, Sahayaha ha vai tad bhagavan manusheshu prayanandam omkaram abhidhayite ita dhyayaya iti ita katam vavasa tena lokam jayati iti tasmai sahovaja. So, atas shainam shaibhyam means son of Shibi. Satyakama asked Pippalada Prapacha, Bhagavan, his sir or venerable master, Manushyeshu, among the men, Sahayaha Prayanandam, until the death, Tad Ongaram Abhidhyayita, having meditated upon the Ongara, Saha Tena Katam Lokam Jayati. How does he conquer or attain this world of creation beyond the world of creation? So here, the question by Shaibya or the Satyakama is based on a practice which is Omkara Upasana. Now, Avad Jivam Omkaram Upasyeta is the mantra in the Rigveda. Or you can say that in the Vedic lore, till you die, you have to do Omkara Upasana. This is one in the Upasana Kanta, you will find this being referred to. So, the question has got that Prayanandam until the death takes over one. That is Prayanandam, Jivanandam. That till you die, you have to do Omkara Upasana. And having done this Upasana, how does Saha Tena Katam Lokam Jayati? How can he win over the world? Because he is going to die. Then there is no use of him doing prana upasana or the pranava upasana beyond that. Such a person, how do you say, has been able to win over the creation? So this question has got real, what you call esoteric meaning, saying that the upasana is being on Omkara, not on any standard upasana like Hiranyagarbha or any of those which has been referred in the Ishavasya, etc. Here is taking straight away to Omkara Upasana. And Omkara Upasana, he is also referring to that Omkara Upasana. It is not that morning 1 hour you do Omkara Upasana and then rest of the day you are busy with your worldly life. That type of Omkara Upasana is not what he is referring to. Prayanandam, Ajivanantam. That is from the time he learned the Pranava Upasana or Omkara Upasana, he is doing nothing other than Pranava Upasana. There is no other thought in his mind. Such a person, how does he win over the samsara? Lokam nayati here means samsara, you have to take as the mundane life. And how does he achieve the fruit of Pranava Upasana? So, the Pippalada is answering that in the next mantra. Edad vai Satyakama param cha aparam cha brahma yat onkaraha tasmat vijnanena etena eva ayatena ekai taram anveti. So Satyakama etat vai param cha aparam cha brahma yat Omkaram tasmat vidwan etena ayatanena egataram anveti is what the mantra is. So, Satyakama, dear Satyakama, etat vai, this is indeed param cha aparam cha. There are param and aparam, that is superior and inferior Brahma in this Omkara Upasana. Yet Omkara, this Omkara itself has got param cha aparam. Omkara is one, but it can lead you to Param Brahma or Aparam Brahma. This is what Pipalada is saying, that even though it is Upasana is Omkara, one should understand the importance of how this Upasana has to be done. Because this Omkara has got both the upper and the lower grades, where Param Chapara, superior or inferior Brahma, which means superior Brahma is Param Brahman and inferior Brahma is from Hiranyagarbha onwards. Tasmat, therefore, Vidwan Etena Ayatanena. Ayatanam means the methodology. Etena, by this methodology, by knowing the difference between the Param Brahma and Aparam Brahma achievable through Omkara, Ekataram, one of the two, Anveti, he attains. Depends upon how he does the Omkara Upasana, he attains either the Param Brahma or the Aparam Brahma. The reason why that. This is where he is saying. Why the Aparam Brahma, Param Brahma? The Supreme Brahma is the unmanifested, Avyakrita, or the Param Brahma itself. Before the Karana Brahma and the Karya Brahma, the Hiranyagarbha is formed. The absolute Brahman and the manifested Brahma or Hiranyagarbha is the lower Brahman which is in. Om being all-comprehensive sound symbol for Brahman, it has to represent everything. Because we heard this Omiteda Aksharam Brahma before that. It is the one syllable representing Brahma. So the manifested state of Brahman is the audible sound of the Omkara. And there is an unmanifested aspect of Omkara which is called Amatra or Ardhamatra or Kalatita, which is after you utter the audible one, before you start the next one, there is a half a measure, half a matra of silence, where the ending makara dissolves, indicating the dissolution or the movement into deep sleep of all creation, of the waking and the dream. So here there is a relationship between Omkara and the Avastatraya of waking, dream and deep sleep, indirectly being explained by Pipalada. Saha yadi ekamatram abhidyayita saha tena eva samvedita turnam eva jagatyam abhisampadhyate. Tat richaha manushya lokam upanayante. Saha tatra tapasa brahmacharyena shraddhaya sampanno mahimanam anubhavati. So here he is now referring to the three matras of Omkara. Akara, Ukara, Makara. All the three matras. Akara is Ardhaman, Akara is a matra, and Ukara, both A and U, when joined together, it will become O in Sanskrit. And Makara can be joined to the O to become Om. But Makara is not full. Therefore, there is a Ardhamatra silence at the end. Now let us see what does the mantra say. Saha yadi, about the meditator he is referring to. If he, ekamatram, the one symbol, akara, abhidhyayita, if he is meditating upon that, saha, tena, by that, evam samveditaha, he is being enlightened by that alone, that akara alone. What is the akara being helping you to enlighten upon? Turnam eva jagatyam abhi sampadyate. Turnam means very quickly. By concentrating only on the akara, even though he is uttering the word Om, but his concentration is on the akara. So such a person, he gets enlightened immediately about this world of human world, yeah, Pratyaloka. Abhisampadhyate, because he gets born back into this world. He takes a rebirth in the same world, and having done the Omkara Upasana, Riksha, the Rik, Tam, Manushyalokam Upanayande. The Rik leads this person or takes this person into the human world or the Martyaloka. Tatra tapasa, in that world, which is in the Manushyaloka, tatra tapasa brahmacharyena shraddhaya, by the three limbs. One is tapas, austerity. Brahmacharya is with brahmacharya or restriction in all enjoyments, all sensual enjoyments. And shraddhaya, by faith. Sampannaha, being endowed with mahimanam, greatness. So such a person, having tapas, brahmacharya and shraddha, is considered as a mahan by rest of the human world, and he gets the status of a mahan or a superior person who has done the tapas, and he gets the greatness of it and he enjoys that. So the first alphabet akara is bringing back again and again to you in this world if your concentration is on the akara of the omkara. Atha yadi dvimatrena manasi sampadyate saha antariksham yajurbihi niyate somalokam. Sa somaloke vibhudim anubhuya punaravartate. Now he is talking about the couplets of akara and ukara by dvimatrena. Ataha yadi, if again the upasaka dvimatrena manasi sampadyate, dvimatrena avidhyaitya tada manasi sampadyate is how you have to understand. That is, by meditating on the two syllables akara and ukara together, then it is the mind which is now becoming, means subtle body. He moves from the physical body to the subtle body, becomes at Sampadyeda means he merges in the subtle body. When he merges with his subtle body, saha yajumshi antariksham somalokam unniyate. When he becomes merged with the subtle body and in the mental plane, Yajurveda, Antariksham Somalokam Unniyate. In the Antariksham, in the space, there is a world of moons. So here you should understand it is not this moon what they are referring to. They are referring to world of moons, multiple moons. Unniyate, he is being led to the world of moons, which means that he is dependent upon the light from the sun for the moon to exist or to have the enjoyment in the moon, the world of the moon. Even though it is a superior world considered condition compared to the human world, here he is referring Somaloka. What does he enjoy there? he enjoys vibhudim anubhuya puna avartate. There he has the vibhuti. Vibhuti means grandeur of enjoyments, subtle world enjoyments that through your mind. In the dream world, you can have enjoyment which is not possible in the waking world. That type of grandeur enjoyment, which you could not enjoy in this human world, is possible to be enjoyed by in the person in the subtle body who goes to the world of moons, and there here due to his vibhuti he enjoys it as long as his upasana gives him the permission to enjoy that. After that, punaha avartate. He comes back to this human world again because he has to do the upasana again and again. So that is the condition for the person who is doing this upasana in the human world. So there is this united with the mind sukshma sharira, mind with this sukshma sharira is the one what he goes to the somaloka or the moon world. Now he talks about the third person. Yaha punaretam trimatrena omityetat enaiva aksharena param purusham abhidayita yayete saha tejasi suryam sampannaha yadaha yada padodara tvacha vinurmunchita evam sahavai sa papmana vinirmuktaha saha samabhi runniyate brahmalokam saha yasmad jivaghanat paratparam purishayam purusham ikshate tadayatau slokau pavadaha. Now this is the important person who is doing the full three matras of akara, ukara, makara, not about the silent part of the om. He is doing the audible part of the akara, ukara, makara. So what does the master say? Yaha punaha etam means the one who again does the meditation on this om trimatrena using the three syllables of akara, ukara, makara. Om iti etena aksharena param purusham avidhyayita meditates on the param purusham, supreme being, through the letters of akara, ukara and makara. He is meditating on the param purusha, but he has a fault that he is not doing the ardhamatra, which is the silence of it. He is taking only the audible portion of akara, ukara, makara. Saha tejasi suryaha sampannaha. He, in the light of the world of sun, becomes united with. So here he is crossing over the what you call the world of moons to the sun, world of sun, and he enjoys the sun, Suryaloka, which is the Brahmaloka. Suryaloka and Brahmaloka are the same. So it is the Brahmaloka where he is now reaching. How does he reach there? Yada padodaraha tvacha vinirmunchita. Just as a snake is discarding its body, skin, tvacha vinirmunchita, evam havai saha papna vinirmuktaha. In the same way, this person who is meditating on the first three syllables of akara, ukara, makara gets freed from his papas, what he has done in this world, and vinirmuktaha, he becomes freed from the papa. So he is vinirmukta and he goes to the Brahma Loka and becomes one with the Surya Loka. Saha Samavihi, he is being led by the Samaveda. Unniyade is being elevated or uplifted by the Samaveda. Brahmaloka, the world of Brahma or the world of Hiranyagarbha. So that is what is it. So he is reaching the Hiranyagarbha Loka by this Omkara Upasana without the Amatra or the Matra. Saha etasmad Jiva Ghanad. From this microcosmic soul or Hiranyagarbha, the Jiva Ghanad means Hiranyagarbha. Brahma Loka Adhipati is Hiranyagarbha. So he now takes over from the Sama, this person, the Hiranyagarbha takes over him. Param Purishayam Purusham Ikshade. Param, the supreme Purusham, that he sees the supreme Purusha, the first Purusha from where all the creation has taken place, Hiranyagarbha. And not only he sees Hiranyagarbha, Purishayam means in the heart of Hiranyagarbha, he is seeing the Parampurusha. He is seeing the Parampurusha. So here you should understand the place of heart where when prana, the Chaya Matra Purusha, takes the heart for a human being, Atma is now in the form of shadow residing in the heart is how we studied in the previous mantras. Same way, the Param Brahman is now residing in the heart of the Hiranyagarbha, and that Param Brahma, he is seeing Param Brahma in the heart of Hiranyagarbha, because Hiranyagarbha lifts him by, by embracing him to the Brahmaloka. Tat edau slokau bhavata. That is now being explained in the coming two mantras of the edau sloka bhavanti. There are the two more slokas in this chapter, Brahmana. That is being referred to by edau slokau bhavanti. It is karma mukti, that is when he is papma sarva papa vinirmuktaha, means he is freed from the karmas and all the free karmas. And here you should understand that na punaravartade is not mentioned. Such a person doesn't come back to the human world. He remains with the Hiranyagarbha as long as Hiranyagarbha and this creation, this kalpa is, which his kalpa is available. So kalpandam, after this kalpa is over, when the whole creation goes into the sushupti state in the Brahman, that time the Hiranyagarbha also loses its stand and this person merges with the Hiranyagarbha and goes to the Brahma. That is what is happening. So till then he remains in the Brahma Loka without knowing, without becoming Brahman. But there is the Amatra Purusha, where he is meditating on the entire Om, including the silence Amatra or the Ardha Matra in the end. Tisraha Matra Mrityu Matyaha Prayuktaha Anyonya Saktaha Anuviprayuktaha Kriyasu Brahmabhyandara Madhyasu Samyak Proktasu Na Kampade Nyaha. Now, Tisraha, the third matra, Tisraha matra, symbols, Ekaikasha, separately Prayuktaha. So one who is employing the three matras including the amatra, ekaikasha, chet, mrityumattaha, he becomes immortal. Or, no, or chet mrityumattaha, or mortal, in the sense that even though he becomes one with Hiranyagarbha, he doesn't have a rebirth in the human world, but he is a mortal still, however much he is done with the Trimatra, audible Trimatra. He is not talking about the Ekaika Amatra here, Ardhamatra he is not referring here. That is in the next mantra, it will come. Anyonya Asaktaha, when attached to one another, that is Akara, Ukara and Makara is attached to one another. That is when he says Om as an audible one. Aniviparayuktaha, not wrongly employed Bhavati. He is not employed it wrongly. Bahyabhyantara Madhyasu, in the external, internal and the middle. Kriyasu, functions. So this is a Kriya. The Omkara uttering is a Kriya. In the Kriya, there is Bahya, Abhyantara, Madhya, way of uttering it. Akara is, you can hear it is Bahya. Abhyantara is the Ukara, which is in the middle. And Madhyasu is where the Makara merges in the end. So when he does this in Kriya Samyak properly, Prayuktasu, one who has employed it properly, Sahatnyaha na kampate. The benefit out of that doing with the audible Om is he becomes knower of the Hiranyagarbha and he is not trembling. Na kampate means he doesn't get afraid of anything because he is now with the Creator himself. So he is not afraid of anything, or abhayam. He becomes free from bhayam. Now the seventh mantra, Rigviretam Yajurbirandariksham Samavir Yatra Kavayo Vadante Tam Omkarenaiva Ayatanaina Anveti Vidwan Tat Cha Shantam Ajaram Amritam Abhayam Param Chedi. Now what is it? Rigbihi, by the Rig, Etam, this world of man, Yajubihi, the world of subtle body man, second matra, Antariksham, he goes to the Antariksham world, Samabhi, the third matra is the Sama matra, and one Yat Kavayaha Vedayande. These wise people who knows that matras are Akara, Ukara, Makara. Tat Brahmalokam Apnodi. They maximum reach up to Brahmaloka. And the one who knows Vedayate, Brahma, Shandam, Ajaram, Amaram, Abhayam, Param Brahma, Param Tat Brahma, Vidwan, Omkareneva, Ayatanena, Anveti, gets united. Now he is talking about the Omkara as the full, not the audible alone, but the inaudible Makara also, the Amatra. The one who does that in the Amara, the first three is where the Mrityulogam, Antariksham and the Samabhi is the where the Brahmalokam or the Hiranyagarbha Loka is being that is what is mentioned. But one who does that, Param Tant Vidwan Omkareneva Ayatanena, by means of that, Anveti is ones who get united, or all the matras including the matra which is not uttered by the uttering of the including the silence, who uses that. Anveti, he merges with that. The akara, ukara, makara merges with the silence. Such a Vidwan, he reaches Shandam, peaceful, Ajaram, means undecaying, where the Jara is not there, or the decay of the body or the decay of anything. Amaram, immortality, or where the person who does that and reaches Brahma, he has no more death or no more mortality. Whereas even the Hiranya person who reaches the Hiranyagarbha or the Brahmaloka has mortality. Abhayam, free from all. Even the person who reaches Brahmaloka na kampayade, he is said that he is not having fear. But he is reached, the person who is doing that work on the Omkara, he becomes Abhayam. He becomes the state of freedom or peace from freedom of fear from everything. And he reaches the Param Tat Brahma. He reaches or he becomes the Parabrahma. Brahmavid Brahmaiva Bhavati is the Taittiriya Upanishad statement. That is what is hinted by in this mantra, in the 7th mantra here. So by doing this, the Omkara, he is going beyond the three. So it is in the Vedas it is mentioned that the Om sound symbol is the Ekaksharam Brahma. So it is the first sound produced at the beginning of creation. From the three matras was the Gayatri mantra coming out. Omkara, out of the feet of the Gayatri, is the three Vedas which are formed, is the Rig, Yaju and Sama. The three Vyahritis, or what that. The Art come out with Tat Savitur Varenyam, which expanded into Rigveda by itself. Then U, Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi, which expanded itself into the Yajurveda. The Makara is the final one, Diyo Yona Prachodayat, which expanded into Samaveda. So, the first is the Stutipara, which is the hind. Second is the Kriyapara, that is the Bhargodevasya Dhimahi. And Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat becomes the Jnanapara, devoted to the knowledge. So by meditating upon the different matras, the different ends are attained according to the significance of the mantra. But when the mind is concentrated upon the Ardhamatra or the silence, that is where in the silence you will realize Brahman, because nothing is there to disturb you. That is indicated by the latter half of the Brahmana, by where the Amatra is mentioned in the thing. Swami Vivekananda also refers this into his Bhakti Marga, referring to this mantra of this fifth question for his Bhakti Yoga. So with that, we come to the end of the fifth question also. I stop for today. Om Bhadram Karnepi Shrunuyama Devaha Bhadram Pashyemakshabiryajatraha Stirairangaihi Sushtuvagumsastanuvihi Vyashema Devahidam Yadayuhu Swastina Indro Vruddhasravaha Swastina Pusha Vishwadevaha Swastina Staksho Arishtanemi Swastino Brihaspati'r Dadadu Om Shanti 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 Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Thank you. Dhanyavada.